If I see one more comment about someone talking about 6ix9ine, I'm gonna get mad. Stop talking about it. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear a theory about it. I don't want to hear none of that. Oh, it was this. Oh, yo, Red. Yo, Red. Listen, boy, listen. Stop that, okay? You guys are causing me a lot of trouble, okay? Detectives came to me already, okay? Like, it's getting ridiculous. They're going to my mom. Like, this is a big problem. If you guys keep going with this Island Boy stuff, I promise you I'm gonna get mad.
He's talked openly about not having security, and then he's advertising that he's not home on this live stream.
Yeah, listen, I mean, it's silly. I don't know why he's out there bragging about not having security, because he definitely needs security, and this is not gonna go away for multiple reasons. He's an easy target. You know, when you walk around with, you know, $250,000 in jewelry on you, if you insist on walking around with that type of money, then you need professional help. And it's your friends hanging out with you obviously are insufficient. You need people that know what they're doing.
Everything started with a quiet Instagram story, deleted minutes later, and what came after caught everyone off guard. For Flya Sulya and Kodiak Red, the twins better known as the Island Boys, the internet has always been a playground for clout. But lately, that playground has turned into a federal crime scene. We aren't just talking about a Twitter beef or a viral argument anymore. We're talking about high-stakes law enforcement involvement that has allegedly reached all the way to their family's doorstep. The tension in that clip is palpable. You can see the shift from their usual troll persona to someone who is genuinely rattled. Why? Because when you mention the word detectives in the same breath as 6ix9ine, the energy in the room changes. This isn't just about a break-in, it's about the massive legal shadow that follows Daniel Hernandez wherever he goes. And according to public sources, the Island Boys are now finding themselves trapped in that very same shadow. The question everyone is asking is simple. How did two TikTok stars from Florida end up as names on a detective's clipboard in a case involving one of the most controversial figures in hip-hop? The answer might be deeper than a simple misunderstanding.
I think if, God forbid, it doesn't go in your guys' direction, for real, I think you guys take all of your jewelry assets and invest it in something. So you guys will never, ever be broke again.
Hey, George, hold on. No, hold on. No, hold on.
Podcast.
No.
Here, I'm moving for you. I was giving you nice advice, bro.
The commentary in this clip hits on a terrifying reality of the digital age. Your location is your biggest liability. While the Island Boys are venting about detectives at their door, the backdrop to this entire saga is an alleged home invasion at 6ix9ine's Florida residence that sounds like a scene from a thriller. According to public reports, 4 masked men reportedly stormed the property while 6ix9ine was away, streaming with Jack Doherty. Think about the timing. 6ix9ine, a man who has built a career on being untouchable despite his history, was allegedly targeted at his most vulnerable moment. But here is the twist that sent social media into a tailspin. In the surveillance footage of the break-in, one of the intruders is reportedly heard shouting, "Yo, Red." For the internet's self-appointed detectives, that was all the evidence they needed. The name Red immediately pointed the finger at Kodiak Red. People began speculating that the Island Boys weren't just clout-chasing bystanders, but potentially linked to the very crew that held 6ix9ine's 60-year-old mother at gunpoint. It's a heavy accusation, and it's exactly why the feds reportedly didn't just knock. They arrived with a purpose.
Stop mentioning me in your videos. Stop. Or whatever videos you're mentioning me in, stop mentioning me in the comment section. Stop! Stop, you see me?
The advice in that clip sounds like a warning from a future that's already arriving. While people are telling the Island Boys to liquidate their assets, federal agents were allegedly doing the inventory for them. The internet has been buzzing with a specific high-stakes theory that the feds didn't just show up to the Island Boys' spot for a routine check. They were reportedly looking for a direct link to the November 15th home invasion at 6ix9ine's mansion. According to public sources, the intruders at 6ix9ine's home were looking for 2 things: cash and car keys. But law enforcement often looks for a third, the digital footprint. When the feds raided the twins' property, reports suggest they were focused on targeted items, specifically electronics that could prove coordination. The coincidence is almost too much for the comment sections to handle. You have 6ix9ine's mother held at gunpoint in Wellington, Florida, and then, shortly after, federal activity at the home of the very people 6ix9ine has been feuding with for years. The narrative is shifting from internet pranksters to federal persons of interest, and the weight of that transition is clearly starting to crack the island boy persona. If the feds found what they were looking for in those sealed cases, the advice to sell their jewelry might be the least of their worries.
Hey, for anyone that's saying that I had robbed somebody's house, 6ix9ine, Red is in the west coast of Florida, and I was in Vegas. I just got to Florida, just now. I'm riding a taxi. I just got to Florida. What you saying? You tripping? I ain't robbed nothing, man.
The sight of federal agents at your gate isn't just a bad day. It's a career-ending visual if you can't clear your name fast. According to public reports, this wasn't a standard patrol. It was a high-stakes search executed by agents who reportedly had a very specific target list. The timing is what has investigators and the internet doing double takes. Just days prior, on November 16, 2025, a violent home invasion occurred at 6ix9ine's Florida mansion while he was away streaming with Jack Doherty. The whispers in the industry suggest that someone, somewhere, gave the feds a reason to believe the Island Boys were more than just social media rivals to 6ix9ine. While fans were busy making memes, the authorities were reportedly tracing digital pings. Public sources indicate that the intruders at 6ix9ine's home were caught on camera, and online sleuths immediately pointed to what they called familiar movements and skinny frames that allegedly matched the twins. But here's where the mystery deepens. 6ix9ine himself has actually gone on record to defend the twins, reportedly telling streamers like Adin Ross that the intruders were just kids from the neighborhood and not the Island Boys. If the victim is saying it wasn't them, why were the feds still reportedly tossing their house? It suggests that this investigation might be looking at a much larger web of activity than just one single break-in.
If I see one more comment about someone talking about 6ix9ine, I'm gonna get mad. Stop talking about it. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear a theory about it. I don't want to hear none of that. Oh, it was this. Oh, yo, Red. Yo, Red. Listen, boy, listen. Stop that, okay? You guys are causing me a lot of trouble, okay? Detectives came to me already, okay? Like, it's getting ridiculous. They're going to my mom. Like, this is a big problem. If you guys keep going with this Island Boy stuff, I promise you I'm gonna get mad.
The reality of a federal raid is far different from the chaotic energy of a TikTok live. When the feds knock, they aren't looking for clout. They're looking for a conviction. According to public reports, the scale of this operation suggested that law enforcement was working with more than just internet rumors. The timing of the raid, coming so closely after the November 15th incident at 6ix9ine's home, has fueled a massive wave of speculation that the two events are inextricably linked. Sources speculate that the loud banging neighbors heard wasn't just a standard entry, it was a message. In the world of federal investigations, there is no such thing as a coincidence. While the Island Boys have often used controversy to stay relevant, this level of scrutiny is reportedly something they never planned for. According to online reactions, many believe the twins were blindsided because they didn't realize how far the digital breadcrumbs from 6ix9ine's chaotic orbit could lead. The narrative is getting darker by the hour. Some online detectives suggest that the coordination mentioned by agents points toward a larger conspiracy. Was this a targeted strike against a specific crew? Or were the Island Boys simply the most visible names in a much larger, more dangerous game? The lack of official statements from the twins' legal team only adds to the suspense.
What's up? So I want to make this video to clear up all the fake news and rumors. So the world knows this. It's a fact. I'm on house arrest. I've been on house arrest. I think everyone in America and everyone across the world knows that I'm on house arrest. Yesterday, they allowed me to leave for work. People, I guess, saw that I was on live stream with Jack Doherty. They took that opportunity to do some. Like I said, it's me, so I get it. The rules are different for me. But if it was your favorite artist, your favorite actor, and that was done, they don't get no cool points for that. My mom is 60 years old. Y'all know I'm supposed to come home. Y'all know I'm home all the time. I'm on house arrest. So y'all take the opportunity that I'm not home. Y'all see me on live stream with Jack Doherty in Miami, and y'all do that. That's whack. Get no cool points for that. I don't think nobody respects that.
The desperation to be left out of the narrative is real, but in the world of high-stakes federal investigations, your name being mentioned is often enough to trigger a search warrant. While Fly Sulja is pleading for the internet to stop connecting them to 6ix9ine, the timing of this raid, occurring so close to the November 15th, 2025 home invasion, is what has everyone looking sideways. According to public sources, the feds weren't just looking for physical evidence. They were allegedly hunting for the digital paper trail. Industry insiders speculate that the raid was focused on finding coordination logs, the kind of messages that prove whether a group was tracking 6ix9ine's location through his Jack Doherty live stream. The theory circulating in the comment sections is that the feds believe someone gave the green light from a distance. But here's the complication. 6ix9ine himself has publicly stated that he believes the intruders were just local kids who saw him leave for work. If the victim isn't blaming the island boys, why are the feds reportedly treating them like prime suspects? This suggests that the authorities might have information that 6ix9ine doesn't. Or perhaps they are looking at the twins for an entirely different reason that just happens to overlap with this timeline. The fear in Fly Sulja's voice suggests that whatever they are looking for, it's bigger than just an Instagram conspiracy.
Allegedly, people are saying it was the Island Boys.
No, I don't even think Island Boys.
No, I swear, that's what I saw. I swear. No.
There were kids in this neighborhood.
What
so
the
let
fuck?
me leave that real clear. There's 230 homes in my neighborhood. What it's pointing out to be, yeah, he didn't do that then. But what was pointed out to be that it was kids in the neighborhood because there was no car that came in, no car that left. So it was white kids at that.
No way.
Oh, yeah. Hell no.
There was no tattoos, so
Are you gonna be
this myth that it was those two brothers that there's no tattoos, their face was able to see, there was no tats, so that's just a myth. It's just Instagram conspiracy, whatever fuck. But anyway, long story short, I'm glad that my mom's okay, I'm glad that my dog's okay, I'm glad that my family's okay.
Amazing.
And yeah, these people took the opportunity when I wasn't home.
The defense is simple, an alibi. But in the age of private jets and rapid travel, federal investigators allegedly look past the simple "I wasn't there" defense. According to public reports from late 2025, the timeline of the 6ix9ine home invasion on November 15th has become the focal point of a massive digital dragnet. While Kodiak Red claims he was in Las Vegas, the internet is quick to point out that coordination doesn't require physical presence. The plot thickens when you look at the victim's side. Reportedly, 6ix9ine's legal team has used this very break-in as grounds to delay his federal sentencing, claiming he needs to move his family for their safety. This move has led some online speculators to suggest the entire event and the subsequent attention on the Island Boys might be part of a larger legal strategy. Whether the raid on the twins was based on a legitimate lead or a myth, as 6ix9ine called it on stream with Adden Ross, the result is the same. The feds have their devices. If the Island Boys were truly in Vegas and a taxi when this went down, the digital pings on those seized phones will prove it. But if the feds found evidence of communication with the masked intruders, the story of the Island Boys might be moving from the music charts to the court dockets. As 6ix9ine himself noted, there are no cool points for holding up a 60-year-old woman, and the authorities seem determined to find out exactly who was behind the masks. The dust hasn't settled on the Island Boys' latest run-in with the law. Was this a targeted federal investigation, Or just another case of being too close to the flame that is 6ix9ine's career? One thing is certain. When the feds take the tech, the truth eventually uploads. Do you think the Island Boys were genuinely targeted, or is this just more internet chaos? Let us know in the comments below. The reality of a federal investigation is that it moves with a cold, calculated precision that social media clout simply can't keep up with. While the Island Boys were busy posting taxi rides and Las Vegas hotel rooms to prove their whereabouts, federal agents were reportedly looking past the physical locations and into the digital ether. Industry insiders suggest that the raid wasn't just a response to a single tip, but the culmination of a broader look into how information travels in these volatile circles. The speculation remains heavy. If the feds have your devices, they aren't just looking for photos of a crime scene, they are looking for the intent behind the interaction. According to public sources, the fallout of this raid has created a massive rift in the online community. On one side, you have the skeptics who believe the Island Boys are victims of their own reputation, essentially being clout-raided because their names are easy to attach to any high-profile drama. On the other, the narrative persists that the connections between Florida's most controversial figures are deeper than a few Instagram tags. Reports suggest that as the feds analyze the seized items, the twins have been forced into a rare moment of silence, a stark contrast to the loud, flashy lifestyle that made them famous. There is a certain irony in seeing two creators who built an empire on transparency, sharing every argument, every tattoo, and every dollar, suddenly pleading for privacy. This situation highlights a major shift in the cultural landscape. The same tools used to build a brand can be repurposed by authorities to dismantle it. Comment sections speculate that the Island Boy era is facing its most significant hurdle yet, as the line between internet entertainment and federal interest becomes dangerously thin. Ultimately, the bigger picture reveals a cautionary tale about the weight of association. Whether the Island Boys were directly involved or simply caught in the crossfire of a 6ix9ine storm, the damage to their public image and the legal pressure on their inner circle is already done. As the justice system continues its work behind closed doors, the internet is left to wonder if the next viral moment will be a music video or a court appearance. The silence from both camps in the wake of the raid suggests that for the first time, the cameras being off is exactly what everyone involved wants. And don't go anywhere. Click the next video you see on your screen for even more juicy celebrity, chaos, betrayals, and stories Hollywood doesn't want you to know. See you in the next one.